Welcome race fans as we head to the historic Farley Castle on the Wiltshire-Somerset border for the penultimate round of the Acerbis Amateur Motocross Nationals. Well, after a rocking night in the beer tent with Voodoo Radio, it's underway with the 252 strokes, and this is sponsored by Manchester MC, and Lewis Trickett is the rider that gets the whole shot there, leading the charge. Now Lewis, becoming pro rider, been out of the scene for a little while with injury, coming back. Good to see him leading the charge on that 250cc machine there. Well, Farley Castle, of course, a historic former Grand Prix motocross circuit, and probably one of the most natural circuits on the tour. I think the only uphill jump I think has just been slightly modified is the step-up jump, but everything else pretty much a natural circuit. Really does flow nice though, and great fun, and certainly a nice change to race on for a change. It's been a long time since I've certainly gone to a circuit where there's been grass on the circuit before we start racing. Well, great shot there of the speed the guys are going on this very fast circuit here at Farley. Lewis Trickett, your race leader. Brad Wheeler, number 20, currently in second position, and it was 2:42. Jamie Smith in third. So let's bring you up to date how the weekend has gone for these guys and in the overalls. In race 1 it was 214, Lewis Trickett taking the win. 35, John May was in second position, Jordan Carter number 300 in third, Harry Linton in fourth, Brad Wheeler had to settle for fifth in the opening moto. Harry Linton setting the fastest time there in this one as well. But in race 2 it was Brad Wheeler taking the win from Lewis Trickett in second, Ollie Jones in third, Chris Knuckle in fourth, and Jordan Carter in fifth position. Race 3 was Lewis Trickett from Brad Wheeler, Jordan Carter, Jamie Smith and Paul Johnson in 5th. Race 4, once again it was Lewis Trickett, Chris Knuckle this time in 2nd position, Jordan Carter in 3rd, Paul Johnson in 4th, Brad Wheeler in 5th this time. Across the line there, Lewis Trickett taking the win from Brad Wheeler. The overalls, it was a win for Lewis Trickett, Brad Wheeler in 2nd, Jordan Carter in 3rd. Let's have a word with our winner.
Yeah, it's really good. It's the first time I've done one of these Acerbis events, and yeah, really loved it. I'm doing it as more of, obviously from going from racing professional, having the injuries and everything. Obviously, I had a year and a half out, so I'm just sort of taking it as it comes and really enjoying myself. And this is like a perfect event, really, an amateur event, and had a couple of wins and a second in another race, so I loved it. The track was really good.
Excellent. Well,
it was a brilliant event. Enjoyed the whole weekend.
So next race up, it's going to be the MX2, and again you can see absolutely packed out gates here. The Darren Hudson and the team really are delivering a championship that the riders want to be part of. Of course, the circuit's all top notch as well, and it proves as well because all the riders here, all the gates are full. In fact, Darren's even put on an extra race this weekend. Shortly we're going to be underway. Gate drops, away we go. Well, let's look to see who gets the all-important whole shot in. It's number 88, Chris Ayres, the early race leader, leading the charge. Going to come out that first turn and you'll get a quick succession of long fast straights here before you go up into the wooded section. Rob Ainley there, number 47. This is race 5 on your race programme, so obviously we're just giving you some highlights, showing you some race action, giving you the results. But as I say, Chris Ayres is your current race leader as they lead the charge through the woods there, back out towards the race control. In race 1 it was 372, Mitchell Meadows who took the win from Troy Jones, Josh Bunter in 3rd, Scott Hamilton in 4th position, and then 88, your current race leader here, was in 5th. That was Chris Ayres just going through. In race 2 is Mitchell Meadows taking the win from Troy Jones. Chris Ayres, your current leader now, took 3rd in that one. Scott Hamilton took 4th. Jonty Crudos took 5th position. In race 3, Mitchell Meadows again took the win, showing he's certainly liking this Farley Castle circuit. Rob Ainley took 2nd, Chris Ayres took 3rd, Josh Bunter took 4th, and Scott Hamilton took 5th position. So So riders just coming through there, just dropping down the old famous staircase there. It's Farley Castle, quite daunting as you drop down there. Moving on to race 4, Mitchell Meadows again taking a win. Rob Ainley took second, Chris Ayres took third, Josh Bunter took fourth, and this time it was Troy Jones in fifth position. Well, Rob Ainley and Mitchell Meadows all in the thick of it there, but the rider we're looking at in a minute, 110, Scott Hamilton, he looks like he's about to make the move, and there you go, new leader, 110, Scott Hamilton going through. So we're going to show a little bit of extra coverage on this race, because we do get a couple of extra lap changes. This is race 5 on the Sunday that we're showing you highlights from. Dropping down that staircase again, Scott Hamilton, your race leader. But at the checkers, it was B47 Rob Ainley who would finally get the win from Scott Hamilton, Mitchell Meadows in third. The overalls, Mitchell Meadows from Chris Ayres and Rob Ainley in third. So good riding all round. Well, next up it's going to be the Junior Open, sponsored by Manchester Extreme. Another packed out gate here at Farley Castle. Riders to be watching in this one have been having some good battles this season. The 105 machine, Jordan Toland, and 165 Ross Fagan. So very shortly we'll be getting underway with the Junior Open. So, packed out field, eyes down, gate drops, and away they go. Well, it's going to be 165 Ross Fagan, 217 up there as well, Andy Salt, and another 25 machine. He'll come screaming through. Couldn't see Toland as they went through that time. Jordan Toland 105. As I said, he's been having some good battles with Ross this weekend, but it is Ross Fagan leading them down the staircase in the opening lap. In fact, it was Jordan Toland 105 who took the win from Ross Fagan. Number 165. Andy Salt in third position, and Gavin Shaw in fourth, and Stephen Sobey. That was race 1 on the Saturday, so you see Jordan Toland will be expecting good things from him in this one. Race 5 that we're looking highlights from. But as they complete the first lap, it's still 165 Ross Fagan leading the charge. Going on to race 2 now, it was Jack Gotts 227 who's had a good start in this one. He won a race 2 on Saturday. Ross Fagan had to settle for second. Andy Salt, good consistent riding from Andy, had third. Luke Price had fourth. James Chandler had 5th position. Jordan Toland unfortunately finished down in about 10th position in race 2. Moving on to race 3, Jordan Toland finally got the win. Jack Gotts had to settle for second. Ross Fagan settled for third in that one. Had the fastest lap there, 2:28.113. Hayden Stevens has 4th, and Andy Salt was down in 5th position. In race 4, it was the 165 machine of Ross Fagan taking the win. 2:27 Jack Gotts took second, though he was the fastest rider out there. 2:24.397 was his lap times in race 4. In third position, 105 Jordan Toland. In fourth position, 217 Andy Salt, and Billy Saunders on the 04 machine took 5th. Well, you just saw there Ross Fagan just taking fastest lap in this one at 2:26.664, and will go on to take the win. Jack Gotts will take second, Andy Salt in third, James Chandler in fourth, and Jake Bashford in 5th position. Jordan Toland only getting up to 7th. That looked like 375 Stephen Sobey that just took the bit of a detour. Oh, and another rider just going down on the bottom of that staircase. Very precarious position to come off, and I bet that wouldn't have been the softest of landings there. Well, our rider is safely back up on his feet. Just to confirm, it is going to be a win for Ross Fagan and Jack Gotts. Andy Salt in third. The overalls for the weekend: Ross Fagan taking first overall, Jack Gotts taking second, Andy Salt in third.
It didn't go too bad now, yeah. Had pretty good starts all weekend, so kind of made it a bit easier. Tired a bit towards the end, track got really rough, but other than that, it went well.
Well, next up it's going to be the over 50s vets. That's Chris Brown, 2,971, getting a good start there. Rob Prosser right there with him as well. one rider to be watching for this weekend. Now Andy Watkins really has been, and there he is, early leader. Andy Watkins has moved into first position, getting ahead of Chris Brown. Rob Prosser there in third position as they come streaming down the staircase. In race 1 on this Saturday, it was 212 Andy Watkins taking the win from 971 Chris Brown. So Andy Watkins actually setting the fastest lap time in that one on 2:25.985. Third went to 452 Simon Bracey. Fourth went to number 4 Mark Hawkins, and fifth went to 271 John Heath. Leading through riders Watkins, Brown and Rob Prosser just going through race control at the end of the first lap, so we bring it to speed. Race 2, Andy Watkins again taking the win with a lap time of 2:26.375. Chris Brown was second, Mark Hawkins on the number 4 machine in third, Simon Bracey taking fourth at time out, and in fifth position 271 John Heath. And as you saw there, Andy Watkins taking the fastest lap in this one as well with a 2:26.478 there. So moving on to the results for race 3, Andy Watkins again looking absolutely unstoppable this weekend. Also posted a 2:26.641, putting fastest in that one as well. Chris Brown was second this time around. Third was number 4 Mark Hawkins. In fourth position 271 John Heath, and in fifth position 452 Simon Bracey. So good solid riding from Simon Bracey as well this weekend. In race 4, Chris Brown finally managed to put the brakes on Andy Watkins' clean sweep. So Chris Brown taking the win, Andy Watkins taking second. Simon Bracey this time moved up into third place. David Grimshaw in third, John Heath in fifth position. So good solid riding from all those riders this weekend. As we now move on to race 5, the one we're currently looking at some highlights from, it was again Andy Watkins, as you can see, the race leader, who takes the win with a 2:26.478 his lap time. Chris Brown settles for second, Rob Prosser in third, Simon Bracey will take fourth. In fifth position, the number 4 machine of Mark Hawkins. The rest of the riders just come down the staircase. So overalls wise, and it was no surprise that Andy Watkins took the win. Second overall went to 971 Chris Brown. Third overall went to 452 Simon Bracey. Fourth went to number 4 Mark Hawkins, and fifth went to 271 John Heath.
Yeah, we started off well Saturday. Track usually rough as usual, real hard work, and I struggled today, to be honest. I wore myself out yesterday. We got their win in the end.
Well, MX1 up next, sponsored by Paradise MX Holidays of Spain. And again, we walk down the line. A very packed out gate here for the MX1 riders. Some very hotly contested races in this one throughout this season. Edward Briscoe and Lewis Meadows having some good battles this weekend, all season to be fair. So very shortly be eyes down and away we go. Gate drops, blasting off down towards the first turn. And it's going to be 315 Lewis Meadows who gets the whole shot and leads the charge down into the second turn there. Not too sure where our number 64 new leader 161 Andy Wilson. So already on the opening lap we've had a couple of changes there. Now looking for 56 Edward Briscoe. He's one of the riders that's really been on form this weekend. As I'll give you the results for race 1 from the Saturday. It was a win for Edward Briscoe, number 56. They had a best lap time of 2:15.777. Second was 315 Lewis Meadows. In third position was 161 Andy Wilson. Fourth position 152 Luke Sturgeon. And in fifth position 93 Kieran Malloy. That was race 1's results. Well, literally as I was reading those results there, we had another change at lead. Luke Sturgeon now your race leader. But moving on to race 2. On the Saturday, it was a win for Andy Wilson. Lewis Meadows took second. Edward Briscoe took third. Luke Sturgeon took fourth. And Luke Redstone took fifth position. Fastest rider in that one was Luke Meadows with a 2:17.641. In race 3, it was Luke Sturgeon, a rider we're currently watching here now, taking the win from Edward Briscoe in 2nd, Andy Wilson in 3rd, Lewis Meadows in 4th, and Ben Margetston in 5th position. Moving on to race 4, Edward Briscoe, number 56, finally gets that win. Luke Sturgeon takes 2nd, Andy Wilson takes 3rd, Kieran Malloy takes 4th, and Jacob Joyce will round out the top 5. As the rest of the riders just dropping down that staircase. Moving on to race 5. It will be a win for 152 Luke Sturgeon, who's currently leading this one from Andy Wilson, Edward Briscoe in 3rd. The overalls for the weekend, Edward Briscoe taking 1st overall, Luke Sturgeon in 2nd, Andy Wilson in 3rd. Let's go and have a word with our winner.
Good, some good starts, good racing. Had a couple of fall-offs, but now nothing too big, nothing too bad. So I really enjoyed it. Rough, hard, fast. No, it was good. Really enjoyed it. Good weather, good group of riders. So yeah, decent. Excellent.
125s will be up next, and that's sponsored by Moto Connection, and it's an early lead for 119 Jimmy Markston as he gets the whole shot there, leads to pack through over the staircase. We've got the far side of the very far side of the circuit there, and that double got very sketchy. This will be the final block of racing on the weekend, and it got very tricky, that uphill double. Down the staircase, Jimmy Markston, still your race leader, Dylan Spencer in 2nd position, speeding down that hill. Going on to the results for race 1 on the Saturday, it was Dylan Spencer taking the win with a lap time of 2:19.500. Very impressive indeed. 7:03, Stu Owen took 2nd overall, Ryan Tanner took 3rd, Ash Harland took 4th, and Jimmy Markston, the early race leader, I think he's just lost that now to Dylan Spencer, took 5th. In race 2, it was Jimmy Markston who takes the win from Stu Owen. Dylan Spencer took 3rd, Ash Harland will take 4th, Alan Pearce will settle for 5th position. As the riders just stream through. In race 2, it was Dylan Spencer fastest rider with 2:22.36. For race 3, Dylan Spencer will take the win from Stu Owen, Ben Thompson will take 3rd, Ryan Warren will take 4th, and Jimmy Markston will take 5th. Race 4 we'll see another win for Dylan Spencer. Jimmy Markston will take 2nd, Stu Owen in 3rd, Ryan Warren in 4th, and 292 Ash Harland in 5th position. So moving on to race 5, the one we're currently looking at, Dylan Spencer, number 54, your current race leader in this one, takes the win from Stu Owen. Ryan Warren takes 3rd, Jimmy Markston takes 4th, and Alan Pearce will take 5th. The overalls for the weekend, no surprise then, it's going to be a win for Dylan Spencer.
It started off really good. I won the first race and had a bit of a comfortable lead as well. Really enjoyed the track. It was quite rough and just gelled with the track in the first race. Second race, got a little bit of a worse start, didn't hold shot, and come round to the corner before the long straight before the woods and just sort of went over the rut slightly with the front end and lost the front, and we didn't have time to put a third race in. So first race today, whole shot again, had a really good ride, pulled through and sort of just rode my own race and pulled a gap again. And second race today, bad start. I sort of changed where I went on the gate and then come out about 10th I think, but worked my way up to 3rd on the first lap, and then sort of come up beyond the leader and we exchanged like a few passes and he passed me back and I passed him, so we had a good little battle. But yeah, won that race as well. And then the last race today, got the whole shot, got my head down and sort of just led start to finish and just won the race again. Had a little lead but struggled with my hands a little bit on the last few laps. So but yeah, it was a good race.
The 40s vets and ladies up next, sponsored by CCM Racing. And again, another full gate there. Brian Wheeler, the number 1 machine, your reigning champion. Tanisha Thomas there as well. We'll also be looking for Kath King as well. And other ladies, some very good, strong, fast riding ladies in this one. Very hotly contested championship. as is the over 40s veg, Danny Blakely there right on the outside, just giving the circle to the cameras. Away they go, gate drops. Well, it's Brian Wheeler that takes the early lead, but 2-on-2. Richard Collins very close there as well. I was trying to look for Danny Blakely as well. Looking for Steph Alford, Paul Carrad as well out there. Craig Potter, Chris Hines, all very good, strong riders in this field. And obviously we're looking for our ladies, very buried in the middle of the pack at the minute there. Kath King going through. But it is Brian Wheeler down the staircase. I can tell you the results from race 1. It was Richard Collins who took the win. Danny Blakely took second. Lewis Farrow took third. In 4th position was Stephen Alford. In 5th position was Paul Carrad. Brian Wheeler actually had a puncture in that one, so down in 10th position. In the ladies, it was Kath King taking the win from Tanisha Thomas, Melanie Griffiths and Charlotte Hall and Rebecca Newman. In race 2, it was Brian Wheeler taking the win from Richard Collins, Danny Blakely in 2nd, Lewis Farrow in 3rd, Paul Carrad in 5th. For the ladies, Charlotte Hall took the win, Kath King having to settle for 2nd, Tanisha Thomas in 3rd, Melanie Griffiths in 4th, Rebecca Newman in 5th. In race 3, again Brian Wheeler taking the win and Richard Collins in 2nd, Danny Blakely 3rd that time, Paul Carrad in 4th, in 5th position Paul Smith. For the ladies in race 3, Kath King taking another win, Tanisha Thomas having a better ride in 2nd, Melanie Griffiths in 3rd, Charlotte Hall in 4th, and in 5th position Katie Moore. In race 4, it was Brian Wheeler taking the win and also setting fastest lap in this one with a 2:19.853. Second in race 4 was Richard Collins, Danny Blakely a good solid ride again in 3rd, Paul Carrad in 4th, Paul Smith in 5th. For the ladies, Charlotte Hall taking the win and Kath King taking 2nd, Tanisha Thomas in 3rd and Melanie Griffiths in 4th with Rebecca Newman in 5th. There's some good battling in the ladies, swapping the places. Moving on to race 5, the one we're currently looking at now, Brian Wheeler will go on to win this one. Richard Collins will take 2nd, Danny Blakely will take 3rd, Stephen Alford will take 4th and Paul Carrad will round out the top 5. For the ladies, it's going to be Charlotte Hall taking the win, Tanisha Thomas will take 2nd, Kath King will take 3rd, Melanie Griffiths will take 4th and Rebecca Newman will take 5th. So the overalls for the weekend, starting with the ladies, Kath King will take 1st overall, Charlotte Hall will take 2nd, Tanisha Thomas will take 3rd, Melanie Griffiths will take 4th, Rebecca Newman will take 5th. In the vets over 40s, Richard Collins takes 1st overall, so that's a costly puncture there for Brian Wheeler, putting him in 2nd place this weekend. Danny Blakely will take 3rd, Paul Carrad will take 4th position, and rounding out the top 5, Paul Smith.
Yeah, so I came into Farley this weekend with a new set-up suspension and it rode completely different, and I just thought I felt really good on the bike all weekend, going from start to finish, and yeah, got the overall.
Another lap, Danny?
It's gone well really. I was lucky Brian had a punch in the first one, so give me the overall and just rode consistent.